I don't know who's not loading in, but someone is not loading in. But either way, guys, we are here. It doesn't really matter. We are probably gonna have to reload the whole thing. Doesn't really matter. We can still analyze the last game. So, Coach, what do you say? Last game, crazy stuff, right?
Crazy, I think, is just beginning to describe it. And I do believe there were some mistakes made by both teams, but Balkan Bears, they were just able to power through them, get the Roshan as well, have the Aegis, and with the Aegis, they made it so that Euls, they didn't even try to just defend their first set of racks. And when one rack is down, you're already at a huge disadvantage, putting some mental strain onto Euls, and I don't know, I just think Euls, the last pick, the Phantom Lancer, against what they saw coming out from Balkan Bears, might have been just a little bit too greedy, because Balkan Bears, there was only one thing for them to do, just be aggressive from the get-go to get the win overall. And Euls were like, yeah, we're gonna take a carry that gets online super slow.
Yep, absolutely. And look, shit. Sorry, guys. Dota crush.
Well, I love those random casters, man.
English ink. Oh, that was funny. Either way, guys, we're gonna load in game numero 2, and I really hope it's gonna be as fun and action-packed like game number 1. I know some people don't like this, and some people hate it when like teams really play the current meta to its full extent. But you have to admit that this draft, it just works. And the funny part is they are so versatile with it at the moment that they can answer a lot of bans. That's the funny part about this. Like, they can really answer to a lot of things. If you ban Jakira, they go for something else. If they ban, I don't know, what did they ban? The Rasta, for example? Okay, they play Crystal Maiden. It's that simple.
Oh man, we're having another disconnect or somebody unable to connect in. Good times, good times. Well, there's 14 spectators actually, which is pretty damn much for a Division 2 game overall.
Yeah, no, because there's some Indian casters. I don't know, like, who is that channel to?
I have no clue who actually sits in there. Is it us? Isn't it us? Oh no, we're in 3, I think.
No,
It's like,
it's not.
what are they saying? It can't be
It's
us.
not us. I mean, we're obviously in. We're on stream. We're talking. We're live.
Oh, he connected! Neexy! Neeks!
Nixie. Okay, guys, we're in the draft. So finally, I don't know. I really don't get it. Like those Indian streamers. Like sometimes they have like 1 or sometimes 2 viewers, and that for like as long as I know it. Sometimes they don't even have a stream. They're just in the games to like, I don't know, like cast on Dota TV. But I mean, I personally, I don't care about Dota TV. I know some people use it because they have problems with their internet and so they can't watch streams. But still, for me, of course, the most important is that the stream and chat and everything they're working. But I'm just looking at those games. Sometimes the games of JDL, they have just on Dota TV 100 viewers or so. And I just imagine how many of those 100 people are actually Indian people.
I don't think too many. They just
Yeah.
tune in to see the game in general. They don't care. They can just mute it or something. But I mean, to be honest, power to them if they just can do it and are bothered to do it if they don't have any viewers anyway. So, I mean, it must be hard in some sense for them as well.
Yeah, I guess, but let's see. I'm so curious about this one. I'm really curious about this one, like, because I mean now, like we saw it in the other games. Unfortunately, like the game, what?
Shakira ban, man.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, they banned Wii's signature heroes, just bzz, right through the ban. It's just I don't know, but let's see. I mean, Balkan Bears, I guess they have an alternative strategy, maybe. That's the funny part. Like, I cast the Balkan Bears at the very beginning, when the project was started, and I mean we both know the project manager, and we know some guys from Balkan Bears anyway, since we were in Bucharest and casting the Comic Con. But like the first a couple of games we saw of them, it was relatively traditional Dota, but then later, like when they were in the JDL, we actually had this oh, let's abuse the current meta and go for this crazy 5 support / roam utility void pushing strategy with Jakir in the mid. And let's see, I mean they have to have an alternative, because obviously teams learn and they're like, ah, okay, we play against BBC, they're gonna pick this and this and this and this, and then within 15 minutes we don't have a base left. But now look at it. Faceless Void is getting through again. Death Prophet. So we have, I guess, we on the Death Prophet, I assume, instead of the Liquid Fire, we're gonna have the Exorcism. But interesting enough, the Lycan is getting through, and I don't understand this one though. Like, that's really a dangerous thing to let through.
Yeah, especially if they pick up some more push now. Or, of course, Death Prophet is extremely strong with pushing himself, as well as team fights. And both the Faceless Void and the Death Prophet to some extent can deal with the Lycan, and well, Shadow Shaman is the pick for them. I thought like maybe Doombringer, but European Love Story, they faced kind of an all-out 5-man push kind of style last game. So they might be wanting to just get some revenge with a similar style here.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to pushing power, Euls has already 2 strong heroes there on the pitch. Lycan, of course, he needs a bit more farm to come actually online, but then later, like, if he's actually going for a Necro build, plus Wolves, plus the Lycan himself, like, when we saw it, like, the Euls tried to split push at some point, like, do some, like, put some pressure on Balkan Bears. We saw that in the top lane when he was, like, split pushing with his illusions and everything. But in the end, the pressure was just too strong of Balkan Bears. They were already at the Rex, while he was just killing, destroying the tier 2 tower, and the way to the tier 3, or the time he needed for the tier 3, would have been too high. With a Lycan, that's a bit different, because the Lycan is much faster than obviously a Phantom Lancer, and therefore Balkan Bears, they always have to come up with this decision, like, do we rotate? Or do we keep on pushing and just saying like, okay, let's race for the tower. If something goes wrong though, you find yourself with a dead tower and you didn't get anything in return, and that might actually tip over the game. Either way, we have also another signature hero, so Padrino will probably get his Necrophos, and Necro, I love the hero, and I hope some other people love him too. It's just an amazing hero in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, just the Death Pulse is really damn strong, and they go for Abaddon as well. So European Love Story, they went for Dazzle, they have their own heal, but between the Death Pulse, the Mist Coil, as well as the Aphotic Shield, I do believe Balkan Bears have the European Love Story beat in that regard. And well, I do love Necrophos as well. The ultimate is just such a strong ability, especially if you have that Aghanim Scepter. You only need to bring the hero down to like 55% or so, and just ultimate, bam, hero's dead. No matter how strong or how much HP actually has left.
Yep, that's what I definitely like. And plus, the changes on Necro, they're really significant. And as far as I know, last time I casted Balkan Bears once with a Necro, and I've seen other games with them using the Necro. Like, usually they have a Ghanem Scepter rush. So they really want this one guy out without a buyback, and they really focus also on that guy. May it be the core initiator or whatsoever, like someone who's really important, so they can keep on going with the push. This time though, they are of course limited in the push because there's obviously no liquid fire, which is an insane ability to push. It's just the exorcism plus X. And let's see if they get something else. I mean, the Abaddon also something where I could imagine that Balkan Bears is going for a Ghanem Scepter. So we get this 35% split damage, etc., or like absorb damage or reduce damage, however you want to call it. But yeah, European Love Story, they go for Tinker. So Lycan Tinker as the cause at the moment with the Shadow Shaman support, Dazzle to keep the people alive, Master Promotes. It's looking good, to be honest. I like Euls' draft.
I mean, just what's not like when there's a Tinker already, especially if you have any kind of hero on your team that the Tinker can TP to or use the familiars or whatnot. So for Lycan, it's just a summon Wolves. Tinker can get to anywhere on the map. Having the Dazzle, of course, can heal, help out with the push, help out with just taking Roshan, keep heroes alive. And Weave, getting your team bonus armor against Death Prophet's ultimate is also something that shouldn't be underestimated.
Yeah, that's true. The damage is physical, what most people like underestimate. Like how strong it actually is. Like if you do it on minus armor, and obviously the Dazzle buffing the armor with Weave, even if it's just for a relatively short extent. But well, Disruptor is coming out. Okay, I didn't expect that one. So that's a Levy Disruptor, I guess. Wow, I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks like we have a Death Prophet mid, Utility Void again. I'm not sure. What do you think should Euls pick against this? I mean, obviously Balkan Bears, they're gonna play aggressive again. Very aggressive even. Like, at some point, latest with the level 1 Exorcism, they're gonna group up at least with 3 or 4. and then there has to be some sort of answer, something to stop them. But at the same time, they also have to stop the Lycan. The Lycan is really the highest threat at the moment. They have counter push and push on Euls, and to be honest, I think this really prepares them very well against the Balkan Bears. But Prisselback, okay,
Yeah.
Prisselback is coming out.
I was
So
thinking
think
like
Target.
they need an offlaner. Centaur probably wouldn't have been too good. Disruptor can kind of disable him. Although, I mean, Centaur or Bristleback, I think those were the two options, at least in my mind. And old Bristleback, he's pretty damn tanky. Racks up some armor as well, of course. Builds a mech for their team usually. And actually, Bristleback not having to go for a Blink Dagger does allow him to go for the mech, whereas if it would have been a Centaur, the mech, I mean, yes, Shadow Shaman or Tassel could have gone for it as well, but it would have been so delayed that the
Yeah.
use wouldn't have been there at all, I think.
To be honest, I also liked, to be honest, I liked what the center was doing last game. I think his hoofstomps and initiations were really smart. Like, the timing was good, and if he hoofstomped, he mostly, first of all, he always hit his target, which is not, common sense. We see a lot of centaurs. I don't know if their ping is they're an issue or whatsoever, but we see a lot of centaurs who actually fail with a hoofstomp. But he really managed it nicely, and it was mostly on 2 targets. Sometimes he even got a triple hoofstomp, and that actually made Balkan Bear's life a lot harder. But I don't know. Then again, the Prisselback, I still don't know what to think about it. I mean, this is going to be an offlane Prisselback, since it's the same player here. The Sand player is obviously their offlane player, and I mean, Prisselback, obviously, if he's long in the fight and the Prissels stack up, it's all cool. Then again, you just need to bring him low to a certain extent, and then the Necro can take care of it. And against the Necro ultimate, then you can have your Prissel reduction as much as you want. It's
Yeah, but if you have a Centaur, he brings himself lower with the double edge.
True. I mean, the Centaur, obviously, against the Necro is not the smartest thing to do. You might as well just kill yourself.
And Tidehunter was banned as well, I do believe, as the last ban by
Yes.
Euls. Or, I mean, by BBC. But look at this Necro set, man.
What? Necro?
Necrophos set, yeah.
Let's
The
see.
head or helmet or however you want to call it. Looks like a little bit like an alien helmet.
No, it looks like Alien, as in the Alien series.
Yes.
Like Turk. Right?
I mean, like the movie's
StarCraft?
Alien.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's the same.
No, I mean Zerg, StarCraft and Alien. It's the same.
Okay, they are ready, so we're actually also ready to introduce the teams. I'm gonna start here again with Balkan Bears. No, actually, no, I'm going to the Dire side. I introduced them before. Either way, we have Eunice this time on the Lycan instead of the PL. Xilla is now not playing the Brewmaster. He's on a Tinker. We already talked about him. CCC. Instead of the Centaur, he's gonna play the Prisselback. Silver's playing the Dazzle, and Baal, since the 1A is bigger, it's capitalized, so we might overpronounce it a bit. Baal is on the Shadow Shaman. Okay, you see, it's getting late. Hefla is going nuts. Either way, let's look on the Radiant side what we got.
Yes, for Balkan Bears, for the MMR stack, or how some call it, Padrinho will be playing on his Necrophos, leaving Hockey to play on the Faceless Void, heading towards the jungle at the moment, so probably going to be safe lane, as V takes up the Death Prophet. Levi will be on the Abaddon, and the last support and the last player for them is Zenigata on the Disruptor.
Zenigata. I actually like this name.
Yeah, me too,
so,
man.
No, it sounds so southern, so exotic, Mediterranean, like Zenigata. No, actually, no, it sounds a bit Japanese, doesn't it?
Yes, that's why I like it.
Oh, yeah, okay, no, then I don't like it anymore.
Oh man. To me, it sounds something straight out of Final Fantasy.
Okay. Zenigata, Final... No, I don't know, I've never had
It-
anything to do with
It
Final
sounds
Fantasy.
something like a sword move or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Like a sword technique. Sword technique.
Either way, of both teams, there's no aggression right now. Nobody smoked up or no gank train whatsoever. Patrino is wishing have fun, and Euls, as friendly as those fellows are, wish it back. And now we only have here a laning ward coming out, giving vision to everything in the tier 1 tower. Here another ward of the Balkan Bears, giving vision to the side rotations. And let's see who's getting the rune. At the moment, Balkan Bears are in a better position for grabbing those runes. It's gonna be bottom, and it's gonna be haste rune, and everything is gonna be spotted out here by this ward just placed by the Dazzle from the high ground. So there's one more ward left. One more ward. Who actually has it?
Oh, it's on the top lane, down at the stairs. Or yeah.
No.
For the dire side.
Where?
I'm just where the
blind.
stairs go into the river.
Yeah, no, I pointed this one out. Oh, and the other one is here. Sorry, I missed this one. Oh, bottom rune. This one I forgot. There we go. Like I was like, man, Hefla, what's your map? There's obviously 2 wards each side, but I didn't find the 4th one. Either way, game start. Creep waves are meeting, and let's see if this is gonna be an action-packed game. We already have some quite nice harass coming out here by Senigata, of course with a haste rune. That's easy to do, and the Dazzle is the target there for the harass, which is quite interesting. Now he's coming back in, of course, but his haste rune is faded. That means he's vulnerable, especially with the poison touch and then the Bristle following you. You really don't want to have this happening.
Yeah, and by the way, one funny thing is that Balkan Bears, for the 2nd game in a row, they've chosen to run dual lanes. Just looks to be their thing, and to be honest, it's not too bad if you have strong dual lanes.
It's nice for XP. Like I'm a fan of dual lanes anyway, because it's really nice for XP. You share the XP a bit equally. Plus you have, like, with the rotation, like, you just make the dual lane a really fast tri lane, and I don't know, it just works out a bit better in my opinion. Like these off lanes staying back on the tower, just leeching up XP. It works for certain heroes, obviously, but yeah, dual lanes is, I think, a thing that should be a bit more often played. But unfortunately, in the current meta, the majority of teams, they still stick to the solo plus tri-lane stuff.
Yeah, to be honest, the dual lanes, I think they're most effective against the tri-lane. If you can just completely, like you said, get that XP advantage, nobody extra is going to leech it out. But Hockey bottom lane takes actually a pretty huge amount of harassment. Once again, used to just forced to use the time walk away, and I do believe this dual lane is a little bit better than Disruptor Void anyway.
Yep, and I like what Pacino is always going for. He's always putting at least 1 point in Heartstopper aura. Like I know, I mean, casters shouldn't talk about their shitty MMR pubs, but like I'm a huge Tinker and Necro fan. These are like my 2. Oh, I love those heroes. And Heartstopper aura, I think it's still something underrated. Really underrated. If you have a Necro for all these team fights, and sometimes we see team fights that are so long, like the percentage, everything that's percentage based in Dota is sometimes a bit underrated. Like as of late we get more and more even percentage based stuff in. We see, for example, Vladimir is being built even on support heroes just to boost the team. Of course we have a Necro being picked here and by some other teams as an alternative strategy, but also Vengeful Spirit gets a lot of picks at the moment just because the aura is so strong. Stuff like that, I think it's coming sooner or later, slower or faster into the meta, and that's why I like it. So you see it already with the Lycan, for example. He's getting here at least 2 more right clicks, and in all that time the range of the Heartstopper aura, it's so huge and it's just ticking up, and that's the biggest problem about it. But let's see, enough talking about Heartstopper aura and Necro. Let's see what we got in the other lanes. I mean, in the mid, the Tinker's actually finding out Invisibility Rune, but yeah, he didn't bother. He was like, nah, I need CS. He is 14-1, and we have the Tinker 10-1 on the other side. So we, at the moment, winning the CS battle.
Yeah, and he's probably gonna continue winning as well, because at least so far, nobody's stacking up anything for the Tinker either on the dire side. And I guess that's one of the downsides of just having this dual lane on the bottom lane and top lane. There isn't one support free to just stack up the jungle or anything.
Yep.
So Tinker, if there's a gank rotation or anything, or just falls behind as he is at the moment in the mid lane, he might have an extremely hard time just getting those Foots of Travels going.
Yep, and to be honest, this is today the 3rd Tinker I'm casting,
Oh,
and
the courier!
The courier, no, it's dying.
Shackles as well, and now we'll go down. The laser is there. No, he gets the counter. First blood run, but might go down regardless. One more like no. Actually, Xela. Oh, the Invis rune saves him.
Jesus, that was so close. I mean, it's a courier for first blood. I guess it's worth it.
Yes, I mean, economically it definitely is.
Oh, but
But
Haki, look at Haki. He's gonna have a problem, of course, with all those bristles. This is stack number 2, stack number 3 coming right now, and the latest at 4 he has to do something. Yeah, he's just getting glimpsed back, but now, of course, there's the Disruptor having a bit of a problem. But no, actually, it's all good. Haki just using the Salve, and yeah, Salve is solving problems. Salve, solve. Hehe.
yeah, and to be honest, I mean mid lane. Well, he had to run all the way home. Now TP's back as well. Actually saves another TP for himself as well, just in case some other lane gets stove. Like at the moment, bottom lane Faceless Void was stove upon.
Yeah.
So
What
smart
hurts, of
choice.
course, now is in the mid that the courier is missing. The courier is missing for another minute and 40 or so. No, minute 13 actually. It's okay. It's longer ago than I actually thought. But the problem is that the Tinker found a haste rune, and actually we needed that rune to restore his mana, to refill his bottle. But he still has 3 charges, so for now it's still okayish. And look, Pacino going really aggressive. Hotstopper aura ticking level 2. Plus, of course, if he wants to, there's still a Death Pulse, and this Death Pulse is gonna be level 3 pretty much soon with the next 2 creeps. And I wonder when they go the next time. I mean, all they have to do right now is keep everyone relatively low HP, and as soon as he's level 6, they're just gonna engage, 1 Death Pulse, 1 ultimate, and it's pretty much done.
With mid lane again, March of the Machines is down, but he runs out of it.
Yeah,
And
he's scared.
there's no point in staying in the March anyway, since there weren't any dire creeps coming at the time. So maybe the March of the Machines was actually a little bit of a misplay, making him back off. But Levi, just look at how aggressive he is. In level 3 Abaddon makes a level 5 Lycan back off all by himself.
Yeah, but I mean, what can he do? And it's a good thing he's doing right now, because he was out of XP range, which means Patrino is gonna get that level 6 pretty much soon. And that first ultimate, I mean, the first Reaper is relatively weak, so you really need your target low HP. But I mean, it's all fine. He's gonna be level 6 with the next creep wave, and the Lycan actually he joined the jungle, and that means if they actually start to roam even into the jungle, that is a big problem. But then again, the Lycan is not doing too bad. I mean, you got the Basilos done, you got the region done as such, and the recipe already, so all he needs is now 700 gold, 600 gold actually. And let's see what's happening. They can apply some pressure on the tier 1 tower, but not too significant. That's the huge difference in this draft, like in comparison to the other one, obviously. Like, the pushing power is significantly lower than in the other game, alone by the Jakiro missing.
Yeah, it definitely is. But one good thing that Euls is doing at the moment is actually stacking up the Ancients. He wants to go in deep, Creep Storm does miss, and well, he forces out double TP, so it's still a minor victory for him.
Yep, that's twice 135 gold, so 270 gold just for being aggressive. They really, Euls want to answer, they don't want to risk anything this game. I know Silvers is also joining here, a bit harassed on Haki, of course, but Haki, I don't know, he's gonna be level 6 pretty much with the next creep wave, or now it won't be quite enough. Top, the tier 1 tower, it's getting quite damaged, and there's no one actually rotating in. To be honest, I think they're gonna commit to this tower, or maybe we see a cliff. Oh, but in the meantime, oh, there has been a kinetic field, and look, Baal is, yeah, caught in there, and...
Oh man. Saying that name that way sounds just way more fun than just Paul.
Yeah,
But comparing just farm at the moment, lasted wise, just tower gold of course now creates a small influx, but especially this bottom lane, man. Bristleback is just completely owning the Faceless Void, 39 and 12 compared to 13 and 0.
Yep, absolutely, and as I said, not just the top tower is suffering, we also have the mid tower taking huge chunk of damage here with the level 1 exorcism, but now, that's quite low. Is there at the shock? No, perfect timing. The exorcism is just coming back, healing him, not full, but still quite decent. And top we have still Petronio and Levi here. Nobody is touching those two. Like, nobody really dares to go. Laning against them is anyway pointless. There is level 2 Hotstop Aura. It really
The
hurts him.
glimpse into the Chronosphere Dazzle. He's gonna go down for sure, nothing to save him.
Oh, that was so fast. Poor little Dazzle. But yeah, that's Haki's first kill, and that's a 2-0, 8 minutes for BBC. So the death and kills per minute is way lower than game number 1. But I don't know, we have to look. I'm swapping to net worth, and I don't know, we wait another minute or 2 and then we show the first time the crafts where we stand. Obviously, I think Balkan Bears is gonna have a gold advantage, a small one, just by the towers. But let's see. Like Levi and Petrino, they are living quite risky here top. And now, do we have engaged? There's a Tinker rotating in, and Petrino, oh too bad, he's not having enough. But a Photic Shield, and he's just turning around because he knows it's bad, and they don't want to chase Petronio for now. But still, they committed 4 people for it, which means a bit space here, bottom, but the Bristleback is already at place and ready to defend. But of course, we in the mid also created some space created for him, getting some more CS, and the Exorcism is soon, yeah, pretty much soon ready.
Well, at the moment, I didn't really agree with what Euls did overall. They had 4 heroes top lane, mid lane was, well, completely empty, so it will probably go down now, either to just a tower kill or a deny. One of the two end. Ball! Nope, not gonna get it.
Nope.
But one thing
He
was
didn't even
that
try. He didn't even try, you saw that. He was like really scared. There's an aphotic shield, and look at this. This is brown boots versus face boots. Easy one, just one. Yep, there it is. Levi is getting out. He also has his ultimate, which means he's relatively safe. And now invisibility rune. Oh my god, invisibility rune plus all that. Oh my god, he's TPing out. Is there vision? Vision. The Tinker. He gotta be careful. He really gotta be careful. Oh, with this, and the ghost following him. Does he have the laser? It is enough, but yeah, we will die for this. But I guess he had his fun.
oh man, Invis rune Death Prophet with an exorcism activated.
That's so next level. I mean, not the next level as a player. It's just like by the game. It's just nuts that the exorcism is still going for certain targets when you just right-click interrupt them. And but anyway, Petronio has to be careful though. He's I don't know, in a very awkward position. Then again, one huge death pulse here on Eunice plus the ultimate that actually could do the trick. But I've seen in the other games of BBC, they are interested in mostly. Oh my god, there's a courier and a low Bristleback, and Zenigata. I don't know, he's coming here from the back. Maybe he's trying to do something with Haki. There will be a glimpse back in that kinetic field, and Haki, is he coming in? Yeah, there we have it, and it's coming out. Also perfect place, that Chrono. He's going in front, so there's no Bristle Shizzle, and he's going down. That also means tier 1 tower will get some pressure. The Exorcism is not ready though. Oh, top, they're plinking. Oh, okay,
oh.
No, never mind.
Just a death pulse to harass, and actually, I have to say, I don't agree at all with Bristleback going for the Vanguard. Who's gonna build the mech for the team? Absolutely nobody. And they're just gonna whittle away from the Heartstopper Aura. Just the Death Pulse is going on, Crypt Swarm from the Death Prophet, and of course, even the Exorcism. I mean, the mech at least gives some extra armor as well to everybody.
True, yeah. I definitely like it, and well, Levi, that is like the timing was again beautifully done, like the Poison Touch coming out in the same second Aphotic Shield, just removing it. And with all that happening top lane, they keep them busy there while they just chip away the tower in the bottom lane. There's nothing really happening except for the Lycan now finally starting, Lycan I say, the Rasta is finally starting to use his wards. He just dinged level 6. And now we have the massive awards in the mid. The Lycan there joining him as well. Maybe getting that tier 1 tower. And it doesn't look like, I don't know, Balkan Bear is doing anything against it. No, the tower is going down. Levi rotated in there, but I know the Lycan still has his ultimate, so it's all fine, at least for his escape. And Petronio, I wonder when he's gonna join the fray, because I mean, he is level 8 now. He's solo farming there in front of a tier 2 tower, and Euls, there's nothing they can do against it. That's the funny part so far.
Yeah, and B picks up a Euls Scepter as well, so he's gonna be so speedy, and Euls, they don't actually have too much lockdown, so Petronio runs into Eunice, well, just some harass, a few right clicks, that's all they're gonna exchange there. Bristleback still farming up yet another stack of ancients for himself, up to 700 gold. So I mean, yes, he's getting a pretty nice amount of gold, but everybody else is lagging behind.
Farm. Mech done, point booster picked up, which means he is definitely rushing the Aghanim's, and that Aghanim's is coming out with level 2 ultimate, and yeah, that is like no bar back for you. Still, like, we haven't seen a single Reaper this game though. Like, I have to say that, like, relatively like passive game, but but we is coming in here. There has been a poison touch, and now he's getting slowed. But oh, the Chrono, unfortunately, not getting both. Still enough. The Exorcism will just rip this Bristle in pieces with the Euls Scepter. Oh, and the silence coming out. Is there a glimpse? Anything like that? Yes, the glimpse. But of course, Shallow Grave buying some time. He will still die. The Ghost will take care of that. And now, yeah, Levi ultimate is proccing. Eunice. Oh my god, is he stuck in a kinetic field? No, he's not. But is the damage enough? The Ghost still following. But of course, he's just too fast to cast. Nope, but Ba holding him, but his stuns, the bash is Haki, interrupting entire thing. There has been a TP by Dazzle, but instant glimpse back, and that means that tier 2 tower may be down, and remember, this is all 4 versus 5 pretty much. Because Patrinho still didn't leave his top lane. I think he's never seen a single different part of this map yet, this game.
Yeah, so close!
That was so close. The Wolves almost denying Senigata's items there. That was so close. He just picked them up like a second before the Wolves were in range to just kill them, destroy them.
That was some scary stuff there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Wolves, no!
It wouldn't be the first time we see actually items getting snatched. Like for all those guys who are interested on our YouTube, there's a list of fails and good plays and stuff. Like if you want to watch it, these are all just stuff that we've been casting and where we saw something really interesting. There's like multiple videos with certain items being stolen, like tranquil boots for example, stuff like that. But either way, look at what they do. They're gonna steal those ancients. Like those ancients were supposed to be for the bristleback, but with all the pressure happening, like nothing really happened. And now there has been a blink. Oh, but they follow Patrinho here, top, and he's been hacked. And now there will be the shackles. Nothing they can do. The mech already has been used. He maybe gets one death pulse through. Maybe he's gonna use the Reaver. No, he's not gonna use it. And with all that, no, he's going down. But of course, in the meantime, they lose all the ancients and maybe even more because there's a bristleback and he's all alone.
Super easy kinetic field, actually catches him in place as well. He's going for the counter, but Static Storm comes out. Right click's coming in from Hunky, Mask of Madness activated. And don't bristleback. He survived for a, well, I guess, good enough time, but man, 4v1, just no way.
Yep, absolutely. And now the question is, do they rotate? Do they want to do something top? Actually, we rotated. He's farming those wards, which is of course tasty gold for him. I was actually expecting them going from Ancients to Roshan, and I don't think that Euls could have like really done much like in the way of contesting. But now that Roshan still stands 15 minutes in and we have a Lycan obviously with PTs and floods, we might as well see him doing it. And yeah, as I'm saying this, he's already on the way. And just going on that Roshan. With the heals here of the Dazzle, this might be possible. The question is, does BBC detect this? I mean, detect this in time.
This must be scary for Euls though. I mean, just look at their map vision. It's almost non-existent. Now they finally see Levi just popping out with this Observer Ward on the high ground here.
Yep.
But Roche looks like it's gonna go uncontested. Medallion of Courage is there as well for the minus armor, and all Euls, they need this, but is it gonna be enough?
It's really fast, Roche, considering that's really just a Lycan chipping it away. But I mean, there's still like the Rastas helping as well, but they're already in mid, and I don't know. Roche is going down. I don't know if Balkan Bears were assuming it's Roche or not, but either way, we're gonna have a Maelstrom, by the way, soon on the Faceless Void. So this time he's not going for BKB. Obviously he's not that forced into it, and oh, Patrinho going for the tier 2 tower, but like taking quite some hits here, even though those hits don't even, I don't know, target him too much. I mean, look at this, they're just putting the shield on him and he's just going for the tower at the moment. Okay, that's also a way. Who needs a Chakura if you just have a tanking Necro with a lot of armor, of course. I mean, look at the Necro's armor, it's plus 17. Jesus.
Yeah, he got a plate mail before his death on the top lane. I am a little bit surprised that V just doesn't pop the Exorcism, but looks like they have just 100% certain plans to go high ground after this. Because I don't see any other reason why to save the Exorcism.
The only downside is, of course, now we have the Tinker, and the Tinker with level 4 March of the Machines. And oh, is there a deny? No, but at the same time, they want to go for that bristleback. Now, do we have anything? He's caught in the kinetic field. He's so down, unless there is, of course, Shallow Crave, but no, there is. Nope, he's still surviving that, but the Dazzle is going down at the same time. That was perfect play, and now they pop the Exorcism. There will be a March of the Machines, there will be a buyback even. Wow, even look at the wards. The wards being used, but being also farmed away. Oh, that is really low HP. The Euls being used, and look at the bristleback really getting high damage there. That's quite insane. But in the end, it's more or less a standoff. Like, not much they can do at the moment. Because they don't have vision, and if you don't have vision, then I don't know, Ghost's not going there. By the way, one of these ghosts, look at the ghost. He was bugged there. He was just flying there. That's pretty much it.
Well, those ghosts feel lonely as well. They're just wanting to make new friends.
Yeah, I guess it's. Oh, you know, that reminds me of my childhood. Casper, you know that movie? One of the first 3D animated movies of Disney. Casper the Ghost.
Was it really?
Like
I know the movie,
or so, wasn't it?
It was pretty damn old. Like
Yeah,
really,
it's
really
like
old.
really super old. Like, I mean, it's not even my childhood, I think, but I know that.
Yeah, because you're old. Because you're way too
Yeah,
old
I
for
know,
it to
but
be your childhood. Your teenage years, maybe.
but either way, back from the ghost, and we have to see the crafts the first time. We are 19 minutes now in the network. You obviously seen all the time and look at the crafts. With all that gold and all the fights, with approximately, no, not approximately, with exactly, yeah, 9 kills advantage. They have an experience advantage of about 6k. When it comes to gold, 7.5. And that is, of course, with all
Right,
the powers.
see,
But
he comes in, got the kinetic field. No, he gets out of it. The supports are only there, but
oh, but Levy. Levy's still on an attack, of course. And now he's getting quite some damage. He's removing all that. Oh, nice glimpse here. Holding the pistol back. The pistol back.
No, Chrono!
Oh, the Chrono!
Actually only one! Oh, it was so
Oh.
close to getting all 3 of them. Dazzle, well, no shallow graves to come help.
Oh, and there's a Hax. But again, the kinetic field, not enough. But oh, with the urn and everything coming out, we in the... Oh god, we coming from behind there. Now they go here for the pistol back. No exorcism used for this, but look at the bashes. The bashes make this possible. Now we also have 1 point here in the Curse of Avanos, and now he's even stuck in that field. All he can do is like, guys, I can just try to make as much as possible bristle damage. So, and all these urns, mag, whatnot, is gonna keep them alive, but are they going high ground? No, they're not going high ground. They want to go, oh, for the Lycan. Look at this. Kiilstofte, Silence, and the Crypt Swarm. But no one else is there. Levy is there on the other side. Now he's turning around, popping his ultimate. But there's still the Disruptor. And now, oh, he's stuck. He's stuck here. And now they just clop him down. And this is ages. But Levy has to be careful though. His ultimate is still on cooldown. I mean, the wolves are following him. Now we have Disruptor versus Eunice, but no ultimate. He's trying to TP out. Do we have anything against it? Yes. Euls and Glimpse at the same time. Okay, a bit miscommunication. Nevertheless, he's still stuck there, and I think that's it. Yes, he is going down. What a long fight for a little wolf, but in the end, H is down, and he died a second time. And all that only for like about 50% damage on a tier 2 tower. Not really worth it, but they have to. I mean, Euls, they have to show initiative. By the way, all this happened without Exorcism. So the Exorcism is still available, but then again, 20 seconds already on the wolf. He's coming back in 20 seconds, that's not much. And, oh, do we have another Kiilstofte engage here? No, doesn't look like it. We, without team. He has to be careful.
And he actually already has 12 Bloodstone charges as well, so has been able to rack up 4 of them pretty damn fast. Has a haste rune as well. Can just completely die if he really wants to, but inside the March of the Machines, it is still just so much harder, and just waiting for the team. Hockey, if he just gets the jump in, gets a beautiful chrono, they can quite easily, I do believe, get high ground. But they're not going over eager about this as well, just playing it safe at the moment. Don't want to throw anything away, and I think they're aiming at the 3-2-2 kill score.
3-2-2 kill score. Yeah, that might actually happen. No, I mean, Euls, to be honest, is doing fine there. 21 minutes in, they defend their high ground, and they have a very interesting late game. So I'm not saying that Balkan Bear is winning this here at all. As long as there's March of Machines, it's pretty hard for Balkan Bears to go high ground here. That's of course the downside now. So we have all this Tinker spam. Unless they get the Tinker forced or something, but now, oh, we already in there, like he's baiting, but of course there's Aphotic Shield, all the heals. Petrina's also coming in, they're trying to do something. This is an easy cleared wave, of course, with Crypt Swarm and Death Pulse, but Lycan already pushing here in the top line, and in the mid we also have units now, or what means also, like there is also pushing, but oh, Haki coming in, and there's the chrono. They want to get rid of the Tinker, and they definitely get off him, or do they? Nope, it was not enough, but now kinetic field and the ultimate he can't buy back, and that's of course huge. The Dazzle, do we have a glimpse? Yes, we have a glimpse. And do they point out here on the Dazzle? No, there's the Shallow Grave. They follow him here in the fountain. The Tinker actually bought back. No, it's not Arcanum Scepter, I was wrong. Like, it is not ready apparently on Patronio, but we go in the other direction. Now falling here Silvos, but I know he's behind the fountain sort of. He's getting some rockets here and there, but of course he's really fast because he still has the haste run for 1 more second, and now he's getting healed up, and that means Melee Rex possibly the Lycan just not fast enough with the split push. Melee Rex is down, and Balkan Bears, they are retreating. Oh, or are they? That's the question. Now with Eunice coming in there as well as CCC, there is a kinetic field, but it doesn't really get anyone. Oh, CCC really getting low here. You gotta be careful. The next chrono is still far away. This is only level 2 without Arcanum Scepter, and I think they finally gave it up, or did they?
If they want to keep going, at least Silvastar's only low on Poison Touch. Kinetic Field now. Will they turn it around on the Dazzle Hockey? He's gonna come
like
in.
it.
Mask of Madness activated. Well, poor Dazzle. He just got left alone with the team.
It's just like Dazzle, 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 oh team, Dazzle, Dazzle, Dazzle.
It was exactly like that. I mean, they were actually legit running away from the Dazzle. But, I mean, Dazzle is like, oh god, then my team left me to die.
Suddenly, no team there. He just didn't get the memo of retreat. Either way, it is the Meteorex down after all this like fight, and I was so wrong. Like I didn't check the items on Necro, so that was really a wrong announcement here. Like bad Hefla. Like he actually put the side item Shivas. It's funny to say side items because Shiva is obviously not a side item, but he just bought that point booster, and I actually thought he's going straight Arcanum Scepter. So I took it just for granted. The Arcanum Scepter is already ready, and he has Shivas on top. But actually, no. So the Arcanum Scepter is, I guess, gonna come in about 900 gold.
Yeah, he's pretty close to it if he wants to go for it. Dagon finally comes out on Tinker though.
Yeah,
Can
but,
get that extra
but
little
check.
burst.
I mean, like if the Arcanums would have been there, the Tinker would have not a buyback, and that's the interesting part about it. Like it's really awesome, especially with the Tinker. No Tinker, no March of the Machines, and that makes these fights so much easier. But either way, look at it, Exorcism being popped here. Now the wards, just to prevent this. Oh, Static Storm, Kinetic Field, but doesn't really catch anything. Now they have to clean out, of course, those wards. And they all just try to stall some time. But in the meantime, Haki versus Eunice. Who's gonna win this? Haki is the winner, but all these... Oh, the Necro units following him, but it's not enough. Instead, here in the mid, the fight is gonna continue. Oh, the Rasta is already dead, and now they're gonna focus here, the poor Dazzle, and this is ultimate on him. That means he's out for 39 seconds, and that means the last wards maybe getting cleaned up. No, Petrino is just staying in this angle. The wards can't really do anything against this ranged. They're gonna clear this tower, maybe even more. Tinker's TPing in, but you gotta be careful. There's the Euls Scepter with the silence, and oh, the silence is actually missing. This is too bad. The silence missing. Now there has been the glimpse, and he is in the midst of all those. The Death Pulse following him. That's his last Death Pulse he's seeing, and the GG is being called. And too bad, it's 23-3. Why did that Tinker has to die? Seriously. That would have been the best 3-2-2 score ever.
I mean, I've gotten so close so many times, guys,
so
in game.
close, so close.
Always like somebody screws it up.
Yeah. Anyway, they're saying again sorry for the delay, thanks for understanding, and shout out to we, shout out to Euls, of course. Like, they put up a good fight, I have to say. Like, I actually thought they can stall some time, the split push of the Lycan being strong enough, but apparently Balkan Best, they made the decision, we pushed this through, and we just hope the Lycan does not have enough farm to actually kill Haki there. That would have caused problems, but it didn't. In the end, guys, that's it pretty much for today here on HeflaTV. There is another game in about an hour, but as far as I know, there's an JD on the community is going to cast it themselves, and they are listed on D2L, which means we're not going to cast this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. My name is HeflaMoke. With me was the awesome Coucher, which you know from the MPGL cast on HeflaTV 1. And by the way, MPGL is going to continue tomorrow as well. Coucher, what time?
At 11 CEST, Central European Summertime.
11 CEST, MPGL. And what teams do we have tomorrow?
Titan is playing in all 3 2-game series against G7, Awake, and MSI Evo GT.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Titan, like the very promising C team, tomorrow 11 CET here on HeflaTV. On Facebook and Twitter you get, of course, all the news. The votes will be uploaded on YouTube, and just give us a follow here on Twitch as well, so you get the notification when we're online. And of course, if you want to be really awesome for the exclusive 322 and the other 3 awesome emotes, then just subscribe to HeflaTV. It's pretty much just 3 keys a month that supports us and it supports you. Spread the love. Goodbye and good night, everybody.